We've got a real doozy of a winning streak here, and spirits are high in the home team locker room.
Big game tonight. Ready?
And the starting lineups have concluded. So just sit right back and relax. We'll be back in just a moment. And a good Thursday evening to you. 2K Sports presents the NBA. And on tap tonight, it's the Houston Rockets going up against the Los Angeles Lakers here in Staples Center. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with David Aldridge on our sideline. And a look here at the scoring trend over the last several months for LeBron.
Look, sometimes you go up, sometimes down, and the trend has been on the downward side in terms of his average points per game. And a variety of factors can be the culprit. And a lot of times you focus on the efficiency more than just pure point output.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we know Russell Westbrook is fearless on the court and with his sense of fashion. Growing up around Los Angeles, he said, I felt like every day was the first day of school. That's how it was the minute I woke up. And guys, he's starting to release his own lines of clothing and accessories. I have a couple in my closet. Back to you.
Influential with his taste for sure, David. Thank you. Clark, terrific defensive teams tonight, both highly ranked. What will the offenses have to do to get some scoring in this one?
Well, a few things. One, you've got to be patient. You've got to be ready and willing to make the extra pass. And then you also have to mix up what you do offensively. You don't want the defense to get a steady diet of what you're trying to do. Keep the defense off balance.
Here's the starting group for Houston. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. E.J. Tucker is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Gordon in at the 3 spot. And for the Lakers, LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Get out there with Dion Waiters, and it's Howard in at the center position. The kid passes to Davis. Covington with the steal. In the corner, Harden. 3-pointers off the mark. And so James will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. And the jumper from down low is good. James has got the first basket of the game for the Lakers.
I think LeBron is best shooting the ball off the dribble. His accuracy, spot on.
Kicks it out to Gordon. Let's trade. Rebound by the kid.
And I'm as excited as every other NBA fan to see what Trey does this coming off season. It should be an interesting summer as he heads towards free agency.
Boy, you're right on that. I mean, you're with his age, GA, and the amount of talent and potential he has, I'm sure Che will be the name talked about this summer. His move could shift the landscape, all of it, in this NBA.
That's the 3rd straight miss to start this game, and they're still looking for their first basket.
Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. It's going to be on James Harden.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
I would agree. Houston's gone 0-2 from deep here. Here's Westbrook, and Davis sends it back.
Well, I tell you what, Davis uses his length so well. I mean, a defensive stalwart who holds his ground, and because of his timing and length and athleticism, he's an excellent shot blocker.
Now, here's Westbrook. Dwight Howard missing his last shot, and that one drops.
That was some slick passing from Harden on that one.
Here's Rojo. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
This is as good as it gets for first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
And it's Gordon missing.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
And finished off by Davis.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely sleek.
And there it is for him.
And Westbrook is a terror from the mid-range. Terrific at sticking it to the defense from that spot on the floor.
Here's Davis. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Davis has got 8 points.
Yeah, going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
Yeah, that's how he rolls. I mean, intimidate the opponent right now. He has to make that one. I mean, you have to make the defense pay when they slough off of you like that.
It's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession.
Better to be lucky than good. That pass was just deflected and not stolen. Dodged the bullet there.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Shot's good from the kid.
And you try to take any award talk with a grain of salt at this stage of the season, but it's hard to deny that Shea has decidedly thrown his hat into the ring for Rookie of the Year.
Well, you and I were just talking. There's a lot of time left, but when you watch what Shea has done so far in this season and the impact that he's had, to me, I think you too, there's no question that he at least deserves consideration for Rookie of the Year. Here's the kid following the basket by Russell Westbrook. Davis down low. Here's Howard. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Well, they'll get another chance. It's stolen by Davis. Down low, here's James, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
And with all the accolades that James Harden has accumulated in his career, Clark, the one thing missing is a championship ring.
And, you know, there's no guarantees for however great you are individually that you'll win a championship. We've got a lot of great players that weren't able to get that done. But, you know, when you think about it, that's one thing that's keeping him from being in the all-time great shooting guard conversation in the eyes of some. Team success is critically important. Championships add to your resume, but I think at the end of the day, when you maximize your individual contributions, that should be worth something in terms of your recognition and accolades.
And it's sent back by Howard.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And that one, good. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for Los Angeles?
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
And here is Los Angeles now after Westbrook's missed 3. Here's the kid. He just worked San Antonio in that last game. That shot missing.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
The Rockets with another miss. Los Angeles leading by 16 to the inside. Here's Waiters, and the rejection by Harden. Outside Westbrook. Covington trying to break free, and Westbrook gets it to go on the assist by Harden. 9 points for Russell Westbrook.
Hey, we know Harden can score, but he also has great vision.
Well,
I was very excited by the recent announcement that Shea will be participating in this year's slam dunk contest. Rare do you get to see someone with his kind of athleticism and elevation take part.
I agree. And you know what, GA, with the other names announced, this could be one of the most memorable dunk contests in recent memory. Shea will have some tough competition for sure, but you know what? He might just be the favorite. Players getting a rest, Clark, with the All-Star break coming up. That's important, too. And broadcasters, too, Clark. I know you and I like a little time away to spend with our family.
Nothing like relaxing and getting away from it a bit. I love being fully immersed in it, Kevin. Basketball has given me more than I can ever repay it. But it's just like with my wife. There are times when it's nice to be apart.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Lakers leading by 12. And he Lobs it up toward the rim. Stolen by Tucker. And here we go with Westbrook running it up the court over Waiters. Harden can't hit.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
Mark, when you think of athleticism, specifically, talk about the changes athletically we've seen in the league, say, since the 80s.
It's dramatically different. I mean, there have been tremendous athletes through every decade of the league's existence, but it's gotten better with improved training and more knowledge about the anatomy of the body and how to enhance its performance. But now it seems like great athletes are, a dime a dozen versus 8 to a dozen back in the 80s.
Excellent all-around performance so far against the big league.
Yeah, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Here's Westbrook. They get it back.
And, that's the hustle and nose for the ball that P.J. Tucker possesses. You've got to get a body on him.
Outside, Davis kicks to Waiters. Passes to the kid. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
And, that involves pounding it inside, getting as many points as you can right at the rim. That demoralizes the team. I tell you what, guys, there's not much more he can do. I mean, he's been on fire, yet they still trail in this game.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
I tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Westbrook passes to McLemore. Back to Westbrook. Pass to Tucker. Just 5 on the clock. The pass to McLemore. From outside the arc. Rebounded by McGee. Los Angeles leading by 16. The kid passes to Davis. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
And, got to admire the patience inside from Davis. Outstanding at staying under control, taking his time, and burying the quality shot.
Tucker dishes to Gordon. Pass to Westbrook. Lets it go from the wing. No good off the back of the rim.
Clearly the defense could have been better there, guys, but he also needs to convert that.
No coverage, that's it. And the Lakers lead by 20.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist total, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Well, you knew after the Paul George trade that the Thunder would look to sell on Westbrook as well. Just part of the rebuild at this point. His agent did well to get him to a team looking to compete. A great fit for a player in this stage of Russell's career.
The free throw dropped for Russell Westbrook.
And Russell Westbrook is as explosive a guard as we've seen in the history of the game. An incredibly gifted scorer who can also...
Here for the Lakers. Houston with a big group substitution here. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Green. Robert Covington comes in for Damari Carroll. Eric Gordon, he's checked in for Ben McLemore. And it's James Harden in for Russell Westbrook.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Taking a look at the Rockets. Harden and Gordon are out on the wing. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's Rivers in at the point. And the basket by Gordon.
They're having more success from three-point range here in the second after a rough first quarter from deep.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, the kid in his last game against the Spurs lit up the floor. He added 27 points and seemed to pick apart the defense all night with a ton of assists. He really played a complete game out there. He just seemed to be in rhythm and always in the right place at the right time. Kevin?
Yeah, David, in stretches, he was absolutely dominant. Greg, he'd love to match that performance tonight.
This team needs his contributions. When he's right, he makes winning plays time and time again.
For sure, and draws so much defensive attention that it opens up opportunities for others.
Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
That free throw good from the kid. Among the bigs, which one do you think runs the floor the best?
Boy, I tell you, Anthony Davis is gazelle-like, and this guy is north of 7 feet tall and is just agile and quick in getting up and down. I think I'd put him at the top of the list. Clint Capella is in that category, and Giannis Antetokounmpo as well, but a lot of times he has the ball and is taking it rack to rack.
He does. Brings it up like a guard.
That is not possible. What we just, is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said.
Kevin and Greg, I'm telling you, that is he's one of the few players in the NBA who can pull something like that off.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
The call on the shot that sends him to the line. Lakers shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
At the line for your Lakers, Rojo. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. So he comes up empty at the line. Rockets trail by 15. Harden left side. Over LeBron. Harden's shot is off.
You know, after making 1 3 in the first quarter, he's had none here so far in the second.
The offensive rebound. No good from Howard.
You know, I think the effort on defense there has everything to do with why he missed that shot. Well done.
Rivers passes to Harden. Launches a 3. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. Davis has got 6 rebounds in the game.
And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball. And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And it's the Rockets with the ball. 17-point game. Next up, they'll face the Suns. That'll be in Phoenix. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Here's Rivers. That one a little long.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving. Get something better.
And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Houston Rockets. It's Rivers on the wing. The Rockets with another miss.
And, you know, the defense to me looked like they were okay to let him prove he could make that shot.
Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. On the wing, Gordon takes the 3. Drains the 3-pointer. Gordon's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Good quickness on the catch and shoot. Gordon giving the defense no time to react off the pass.
The kid passes to Waiters. Over to the left wing. Shot clock at 6. Kicks it to LeBron. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one's on Eric Gordon.
Boy, LeBron's taken a lot of punishment over the years. For him, Just part of the game.
First trip to the line for him here.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
And guys, this has not been a season to remember for him at the free throw line, certainly to this point.
The first one falls.
Still playing at an MVP level, LeBron James, the greatest player of his generation, and some would argue of all time. We can't take for granted what we've been able to witness.
He doesn't get the second one. And now in his mid-30s, LeBron showing no sign of slowing down.
His dedication to training and really maintaining his body, second to none. Alongside his prodigious athleticism, it seems that's made a huge difference.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. Second half of February, interesting to see how some of these teams compare. You look at the Magic. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And seeing where the Lakers are, they're putting to rest any big concerns people may have had with this team, proving they are truly an upper echelon club.
Here's Rojo. Here's Howard. Knocked loose. Stolen by Rivers. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Goes up on the high post, and Gordon gets it to go in on the assist by Rivers. Gordon's got 8 points here in this quarter. Los Angeles leading by 13. Here's the kid. He's got 20. Howard in the post. He's guarded by Rivers. That one good for 2. 8 points for Dwight Howard.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
And the kid picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
That one's good. The Laker lead is kept back down to 13 points, and that one coming from Rivers. LA's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. James against Gordon. James, the bounce pass. Here's the 3. Bangs home the trifecta. LeBron's got 12 in the game.
Tell you what, that's something LeBron has really worked on a bunch. I mean, the three-point shot is a real weapon of his now.
A nice shot by Rivers. Lakers leading by 14. The kid passes to Davis. Here's the kid, defended by Covington. Back to Davis. Shoots over Covington. Howard. And Howard with the second chance points. He's got 10.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and taken control on the glass. Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
James wide open. Again, Los Angeles.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Rockets trail by 15. Now Harden. He's coming off a 34-point game against Charlotte.
And he...
Yeah! And Harden, that absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim for the epic throwdown.
Mark, the level of nuance and the footwork that keeps evolving every few years. Talk about the changes that you have seen from the time you played to the exquisite footwork we see now.
2 shots.
Well, you know, some of my peers would say that these guys are being allowed to walk and have it talked about as good footwork. So you work with Reggie and other guys, and I hear them all the time saying guys are getting away with carrying the ball and so forth. But the footwork is pretty good. I mean, when you think about it, the step-back three-point shot, the ability to make plays off the dribble, all attributed to footwork. I think it's just an evolution of the game. As players see more and more of excellent work on the court, they're able to emulate it a lot sooner and a lot better.
LeBron passes to Davis. Goes back up. And the layup good by McGee. McGee's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Yeah, you know, with his size and presence in the post, McGee has a lot of value on the offensive glass.
Goes up to the stripe. Again, the Rockets score.
And I love the tenacity, guys. He simply can will his way into games at times and exert his presence.
Rojo. A shot off that time. Great D that time from Green. For the Lakers, they won their last contest, that game against the San Antonio Spurs. Westbrook, no good.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And some changes here for the Lakers. Morris is checked in for Anthony Davis. Kyle Kuzma. With one on the clock. Not going to go that time. And the first half is now in the books. Lakers lead by 8. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
The Rockets, 65.
Thanks a lot. Dwight, what did you guys do to get the lead?
We're just trying to play good defense. It's tough down there, you know, but we're doing a good job of making them just shoot one shot and get out and run.
We'll see if we can keep that going in the second half. Thanks.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily. And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. A fantastic game from the kid in this one.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
Yeah, he's got that locked-in look in his eyes tonight, and he's not going to start taking it easy. I think he's going to be going hard until that final whistle blows.
LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Deion Waiters is out there with the kid, and it's Howard in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the group starting the second half for Frank Vogel. Shots good by Waiters.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
On the wing, Harden, all alone. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Harden's got 11 points.
Love the speed with which Harden gets his shot off, timing his release beautifully off the pass. Nice stuff.
All right, a chance to look at some stats for Anthony Davis. Over the last month, he has been spectacular, averaging about 23 points per, 12 rebounds, and just over 3 blocks. It's hard to wrap your head around numbers like these, but that is just what he delivers night in and night out.
You know, it's so easy for us to take him for granted, to get spoiled with what he does. I think we've got to be more appreciative of the kind of impact this man has in every game he plays.
Rockets trail by 8. The 3 from Harden. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got his 8th rebound here tonight. The kid passes to James. Trying to find Davis. He's got it now. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And I tell you what, guys, I think that's the best part of James's game. And he's got a lot of good parts, but his vision is otherworldly.
For Houston, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Outside Gordon. Back to Westbrook. Pass to Tucker. Clock at 6. That one's in there. The Lakers' lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Westbrook.
Man, you got to admire how easily Westbrook takes over games. I mean, an offensive juggernaut who is tenacious when it comes to scoring.
LeBron passes to the kid. Sinks the three-pointer. The kid's got 27.
On a nice little roll here to start this half, connecting on their first 3 attempts.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Harden outside. Pass to Tucker. He kicks it to Gordon. The pass to Westbrook. And it's Houston with another.
And it's the fearlessness of Westbrook. It's really refreshing to watch. When he's deep inside, he just goes right at you.
Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. And it's Howard finishing it off.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
He is delivering a lot of room service times tonight. One sweet one after another.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Lakers leading by 8. No good from the kid.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Harden draws the double. Gordon up on top. The kick out to Westbrook. Tries a 3. A rebound by the Lakers. Davis has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done.
Well, you know, for so long, Mike D'Antoni has been a vanguard on NBA offense. His teams have always played great offense. Moving, spacing, dynamic players. Defense has not been at the level of offense, but I think he's actually improved as a coach in that area as well.
Here's the kid. He's covered by Westbrook. The kid passes to Howard. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
You know, this is where Howard does the most damage. With his height and length and athleticism, how do you guard him inside?
And Clark, part of it for D'Antoni is that he is delegating defensive duties.
Yeah, and I like that, Kevin. He's made sure to have a defensive coordinator on his staff, delegating that role and responsibility. He thinks and knows that his team is better off that way.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him.
Now, here is Harden. He's got 13. It's stolen. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And finished off by LeBron.
When the lob is in the right spot for him, LeBron is never going to miss a chance to do something special throwing it down.
And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for Houston. Down by 12. In the corner, it's Gordon looking to end the run. No good. Shot missing. And it's the Lakers the other way. Loads it up for Davis. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, offensively, they've just been rolling. Impossible to stop.
Outside Gordon. It's Harden with the drive. And the rejection by James.
This is what makes LeBron so special. He does it at both ends. Great tenacity on defense.
Here's Howard. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Los Angeles.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Timeout called. The Rockets are going to take it back to the year 1982. What was going through your mind over your first few NBA games?
Well, Kevin, first of all, I was really excited and thankful to have a chance to realize a dream, but I was also a little bit nervous going up against some of the guys that I had watched and idolized from afar. But once you're between those lines, It's not about idolizing guys. It's about trying to posterize it.
Any player in particular, one player that you looked out on the floor and you were out there as well saying, oh my goodness, look who I'm playing against him.
Well, when we first saw the Celtics and the Sixers, Larry Bird and those great teams in the 80s, Cedric Maxwell and Kevin McHale, and then the Sixers, my rookie year, won it all. And they had Moses Malone, Dr. J, Bobby Jones, some of the greats in the game. So those two teams, and Dr. J and Larry Bird in particular.
Inside, here's Murray, and the officials call a traveling violation. And now let's turn to the 2K leaderboard for a look at the squads that have the most points in transition over the past 10 games. The Lakers, #1.
I mean, tough to maintain this kind of pace over an entire season. But let me tell you, they are really running right now.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Green, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Damari Carroll comes in for Robert Covington. And McLemore subbed in for Eric Gordon.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
And, you know, they've got to be careful, because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
It puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, He really does put pressure on them.
And, you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
JaVale McGee's checked in for the Lakers. Rondo comes in for the Kid. Lakers leading by 10. So on the 4 for Houston. We've got Green, Robert Covington out there with McLemore. And it's Rivers, and it's Clemens in at the 5. Now here's McLemore outside. Makes that one his 6th of the night. Shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there's even more in store.
Count that bucket.
Strong work for him at the offensive end, helping them to maintain that lead.
Rockets trail by 9. Clemens, guarded by Kuzma. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. And here's what the schedule for the Lakers looks like. On Saturday, they'll be taking on Klay Thompson and the Golden State Warriors. Then on Monday, they'll head back home to host the Phoenix Suns.
And the matchup against the Nuggets, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. P.J. Tucker comes in for Jeff Green. And Eric Gordon subbed in for Ben McLemore. And Tucker kicks to Rivers. Gordon, the pass to Tucker. To the middle. Here's Clemens. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
He hits both from the stripe.
Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe, he's going to cash in more than not.
Kuzma outside. Pass to the Kid. Covington with the steal. Here's Rivers. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
No good from the Kid.
and he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
Here's Covington. Misses from short range. Lakers leading by 5. Passes it to Kuzma. Kicks it to McGee. Shoots over Covington. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Rockets have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. And it's Gordon missing.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
LeBron with it. Picked up by Rivers. And James throws it down.
You know, at 6'8", with the ball skills that James has, he handles it like a guard. He can get wherever he wants to off the dribble.
Rockets trail by 7. Here's Clemens. Got a piece of it. And he recovers it. A rebound by the Lakers. McGee's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And Waiters has it in the corner. Here's Rojo. And another 3 for the Lakers.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Yeah, you got that right. I mean, you got it real right. They are lighting it up from beyond the arc this half.
He dents the rim with a 2-handed slam. Wow.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that gun.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
Now a timeout called by Houston. The short rest, very important, and one of the benefits of this part of the game is getting on the same page with your team while having the chance to hydrate with Gatorade. Replenish your energy for the late game push. James Harden, he's checked in for the Rockets. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, over that last break, I listened to Mike D'Antoni talk to his team, and he was emphatic. He said, we are not going to win this game playing this way, fellas. You've got to step it up. You've got to get aggressive, and you've got to battle to get back in this game. See if that pep talk got him going, guys.
You know, it would be fun to tabulate how many of LeBron's career points have come on the break. I would just venture to guess he's had a bunch of them.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
They grab their own miss. Kicks it out to Harden. To halt the run, the Rockets with another miss.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that. Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
And it's Rivers with the ball. He brings it up for the Houston Rockets. It's a 16-point game. Harden outside. Again, the miss by Harden.
They just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
Here's Rojo. Here's Howard. And the layup's good off the block. And the Lakers lead by 18.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Gordon finds Covington. Here's Rivers. The Rockets again can't hit.
Defense better watch out. They better be alert, because this guy can make threes, as we saw in the first half.
Fires from deep. And it's rebounded by Covington. Rockets trail by 18. Outside Gordon. And stolen by Kuzma. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. And the Lakers making a change here. Davis is checked in. Houston's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the 4th.
it has not been his game so far. I mean, he's trying his best, giving great effort, but little has gone his way.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Regarding super teams, Clark, you and I have talked a lot about this. Many fans view them in a negative light, but they're actually something we've seen around in this game for a long time.
Yeah, you're right. So often we become prisoners of the present, and we forget about what transpired in the past. But the Celtics in the 60s were as dominant as any team in the history of the game. The Lakers in the 80s, the Bulls in the 90s. But I guess fans have a complaint because they feel those teams came together more organically compared to what seems to be a movement by free agents that has led to dominant championship teams. Although the Warriors pretty much have built their championship team through the draft.
Got a piece of it. Stolen by Tucker. They get a hand on it. They could use a bucket, and then Rivers with the dunk.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What? You mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas. I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Rockets trail by 20. Here's Harden. LeBron with the block.
You know, they're losing in large part because he's not playing well. It's really as simple as that.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second, and that's all it took.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon.
Great instinct from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
The Rockets making a switch here. Westbrook's checked in. Here's the kid, defended by Covington. 6 to shoot. James in the post. He's against Gordon, and LeBron gets it to go with the assist by Davis.
Hard to play better defense than that, guys. I mean, but right there, James simply overpowered it.
Rocket shooting reasonably well, 45%. Here's Westbrook, kept alive outside Gordon. The feed to Harden. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Rebounded by Howard. Los Angeles leading by 22. In the corner, it's James. Here's Davis. Good again. He's on tonight. 9 for 13 shooting.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways, and that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
Here's Westbrook. Here's Tucker. No luck, they battled on the glass, but couldn't knock it down. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Covington with the steal. And the kid picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Gordon deciding where to go with it. But we hear a lot about the young basketball players in this country, the good ones playing the AAU system. Is that the best way to develop talent for the NBA?
It's one of the better ways because the competition level is quite good across regions and throughout the country with these AAU teams. I think there's some great AAU programs and some tremendous benefits participating in AAU basketball. Some things are better than others with it, but overall I think it's pretty solid.
Got a piece of it. Stolen by Harden. Here's Westbrook, and Westbrook throws it down hard.
Really good to see Harden get nasty on defense. He's got quick instincts and quick hands, and I like how he pilfers it on occasion.
Lobbed up there for Westbrook. Hammers the alley-oop through.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know, you're gonna get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
My goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful.
virtually impossible to top that alley-oop.
Harden kicks to Westbrook. Pass to Gordon. Waiters against Harden. Over Waiters. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
So fun watching Harden operate inside near the rim. I mean, his confidence level is high, and he does a really good job getting ideal position.
Here's the pass to Davis. Here's the kid, defended by Covington. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. If the max contract didn't exist when you were playing, is it something that should be up for debate?
Well, it's a function of the economics of the league now, and in theory, there's some reasons why you have max contracts, because a guy has earned that opportunity, a way to keep a star player or a max contract player with the same team, I think is part of the reasoning behind it. I mean, debating it and talking about it is probably something that makes some sense. If you're thinking about getting rid of it, I'm not so sure.
Rojo lays it up and banks it in. The kid's got 40 points.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
And here's Westbrook. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. Stolen. Here's Rojo, and that one is hammered home.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
Here's Westbrook. The step back jumper is good. Westbrook's got 35.
And you can tell the defender not anticipating the step back. He was headed in the opposite direction.
Here's Howard. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Dwight Howard is a big, strong, active guy. Even when you hit him, he still is able to muscle through the contact.
Some changes for the Lakers. Markieff Morris is checked in for Davis. Murray comes in for LeBron. And it's Avery Bradley in for Waiters. That's good from Howard. 1:33 left in the fourth quarter. Bounce pass for Westbrook. Pass to Chandler. And here's Westbrook. To the paint. Here's Mwaba. Up and in on the layup.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for Los Angeles.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so now, on the year, they'll have 35 wins to their credit.
And they've taken control of the season series. This brings them to 2-0 with one game left against this squad.
And believe you me, they'll be gunning for the sweep in that third meeting.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for the kid.
Boy, the way he orchestrated the pace was impressive. I mean, moved the ball around, made good things happen with the pass. Well done.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. It's Bradley on the wing. Here's the kid. Six on the shot clock. He dishes it to Howard. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
The floor for your Lakers, Kyle Kuzma, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. It was a tale of two teams tonight. One that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go. And once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm.